Hello everyone, and welcome to a musical edition of Cinnamon Stitches. I'm your yarn host, Jennifer. Now, before I say this, I am not going to apologize for the wind chime. If you don't like the sound of the wind chime, turn the video off and go bother someone else, because I don't want no negative Nellies in there telling me about my wind chimes, and if you don't like it, move on your merry way. Now, the window is open. Why is the window open? It's February. Because yesterday it was 70 degrees and today it's supposed to be in the upper 60s. And I need some fresh air. And yeah, that wind chime is loud. But we're just going to deal with it. Okay. Crochet Calendar fun with Dina and Pamela and Ella. A whole bunch of other people. I don't even know who all is doing it. Debbie the Canadian Crocher. There's a bunch of them. There's a bunch, okay? I will tag them below. I will hashtag. I will do what I need to do. But, okay, the calendar is hanging on my wall, so I can't show you that. Because once it goes up, it's staying up, okay? The crochet calendar was started by Jean from On the Hook, I believe her channel is. And then a whole bunch of other people wanted to do it with her. And Dina made the crochet calendar crochet along thing. By the way, if you want to do this with us, I will link the calendar below. I found it on Amazon. If you can find it somewhere cheaper, by all means. It's getting towards March, so you could probably find it clearanced out somewhere. I don't know. But the crochet calendar has, like the normal calendar, like at the top of the page there's pictures of a pattern every month, and then in the back there's a pocket with patterns. Okay, I'm trying to do 8 things at once, so I'm trying to make a video on the computer. I'm trying to record this so I can get it done. I just finished cleaning the closet, so yeah. By the time I'm filming this in February, this will not be up until March. So, I'm not following the rules at all. No caution to the wind. I don't follow rules. I'm a rule breaker. Okay? I'm a rule breaker. January, because we didn't get this until... I didn't get this till February because I was out of town when this was mailed to me. This is January. It is a tapestry circle. I have no idea what the purpose of this circle is. Why are we making tapestry circles? It doesn't say... So, what I did is this suggested you use cotton or acrylic yarn. I used cotton because I'm going to use this for a little pad for hot dishes that go on my table. I have a really older wooden table, and whoever waxed that table before I had it put way too much wax on it, and like the type of wax, and when it gets something hot on there, it leaves even slightly warm, like a cup of coffee will leave a big white mark. And yes, I know how to get rid of the white marks. You use heat to get rid of the heat marks. So if you lay a towel down and you put an iron over the heat mark, the white heat mark will go away. I know this, not a big deal. But I'm not going to keep doing that. I'd rather protect my table. So I made this. Girls, if you want to wrestle, go outside. Don't lick me. Stop. So Scarlett is on my lap. They're wrestling. So anyway, I made it. My daughter thinks it looks like an hourglass, but I think she's been watching too many Days of Our Lives. It kind of looks like creepy eyes a little bit. This was my first attempt. You can see this triangle is a little bit bigger than that one. We don't care about none of that. I made it out of cotton, and the cotton I used was Creme de la Creme. This is by Coats and Armor / Red Heart. This ball is 2.5 ounces, worsted weight. This is the color Aqua and Sunshine. And then I used a little bit of Premier Home Cotton in white. Now, everything I'm about to show you was made out of these 2 skeins. Keep them. I only used 2. I made this. This is January. I did not like this. This was not fun to me. Also because it didn't have a purpose. Like, what I know that you can hang these on the wall. You could use them as decoration. There's things you could, for me and what I'm doing, like, I didn't know what the purpose of this circle was. I started to carry the yarn across. I also started to use 4 balls, which became a tangled mess. So then when I got so far, you can see here, I was like, screw this. I used 2 balls and I carried the yarn across this way and crocheted over the top of it. Don't care that you can see the thread in there. It's better to see the thread in there than have to weave in a bunch of stuff on the end. It was like a whole thing. So I did my own thing. And now this is going to be for like protecting the table on a bowl of hot whatever. So that was January. And then I made some other stuff in between, so this is not in order at all. I made myself a little coaster. Now I just started with the same center pattern, but then I did a row of single crochet holding both yarns around here with no increases to make like a little lip coaster. So at least this one has a purpose, and I like this one. This one, not so much. So I'm not going to make this pattern again. I did not enjoy that. Didn't enjoy that. So then February is this one. And I've been told by someone in my Facebook group and in the YouTube, she told me that this is the Bavarian stitch. And it is beautiful. I will not be making another one of these either. I had high hopes for it, but here's the thing. I just got done making this. I'm writing the pattern for this, and all this bottom part is trebles. A lot of trebles. A lot of trebles. I just got done working with that at like 5 o'clock in the evening. And when I went to bed at 8, I made this and moved on to this. Christine, that's so funny. I'm just talking about Christine in this video, and she just commented. Christine's the one who told me this was a Bavarian stitch, okay? This is a whole lot of trebles. Trebles, 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 trebles. Just trebles everywhere. This was nothing but treble. because I did so many trebles on this. And in the same day, because this took me about 2.5 days to complete. This is not a very long project, but it's like you have to sit for hours and hours. I sat for hours and hours because I was writing the pattern. So this was like a 2.5 day project for me. This might take a couple people, like this. It might take the average person several weeks to make this. That's okay. But this is the pattern I'm writing. Trebles, 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 trebles. Okay. And then I came to this, which was trebles, and I was like, oh my God, if I never see another treble in my life. It's too much. It's too much. So, it's beautiful. And I made it out of the same cotton. And this is meant to be a pot holder. You're supposed to make 2 together and sew them together. How are you doing that? How are you doing that? This is pretty. This literally could be anything. This could be a doily. This could be a washcloth. This could be a heat pad. This could be a pot holder. It could just hang up for decorations. It's beautiful, but it's almost too beautiful to use, especially as a pot holder. I could totally see, because there's one point before the last row here and before you surface stitch, there's a point where this is almost squared off. I could see making squares and making this into a blanket if you have the time and the energy to. I don't. But I could see totally making this. It would be a beautiful blanket, but I just am not. So I'm not making any more of these either unless I'm like really got a bug up my butt to do it. But I don't foresee that happening. Now mind you, this is all these 2 skeins. Okay. Then I figured while I'm at it, I might as well do March. Even though I'm recording this in February, I did these in February. You won't see this till March. So moved on to March, and March is Daisy Granny. I've made these before. And the strange thing is some of the other ladies were making this and were struggling with it, and there is an error in the pattern. The second row says, well, the first row says you make double crochets in this first row, and then the second row says that you put it into the top of the trebles, and it's really into the top of the doubles, so there's an error in the pattern. And some of the ladies did have trouble with this. This was so easy to me, and I don't know why, because I've never done this stitch before, but it was just easy to me. So if this looks complicated, this scares you, it's not at all. It's not. It's just a whole bunch of trebles. It was not difficult at all. And then I moved on to March, which was the Daisy Granny, which I've made these before. I've also made sunflower grannies. I designed a whole shawl out of it for my friend in Mississippi. Yeah, she's in Mississippi now. And because she loves sunflowers. So I started working on that, and I made this one first. I'm not real happy that the white shows through here, but not really a big deal. And again, this is cotton. If I made this out of acrylic, and it says to make it out of cotton, which is weird. Like, I don't want a cotton blanket. I could see making a whole bunch of these and making anything. A shawl, a shirt, a blanket, but I wouldn't do it out of cotton. And then I made another one, made it different because I wanted this to look like a little sun. Then I was trying to use up scraps at this point, so I was desperately trying to use up these two little balls. So I made it in a circle. Okay. And instead of, I changed it up a little bit. Okay. I definitely changed up the pattern. I did my own thing. I was like, what am I going to do with this circle? It has no purpose. I don't know what I'm going to do with these either. These actually work really good for mason jar, for the big mason jars, for if you use mason jars as a cup, because the mason jar will sit over the bumps and it won't. My coffee cup fits too. So these could be coasters too. So I was like, well, what am I going to do with the circle? Like, why did I make that? I was trying to use up my scraps. So I made a circle, I sewed the two together, and now it's like a face scrubby or a little washcloth. And at least it has a purpose. Then I still had yarn left over out of two of these. 1, 2. Okay? So far we got a circle, a coaster, a hot pad, 2 granny squares, and a double-sided face scrubby thing. I still had yarn left over. So I made a washcloth. Oh god, I'm telling you, it just kept going and going and going. And finally, I ran out of yarn. We used up the entirety of those 2 little balls with some white. It just kept going and going and going. So, now I'm going to take myself a little break. And I'm going to wait until the end. I know I was supposed to wait to show March until the end of March, but I figured, why not show January, February, March all at the same time? We'll get it done in one swift blow. I'm caught up. And then sometime in April, I'll show you April. I'm really excited about April's though. April's is Bumblebee Mobile, or like a little hanging decorations. And you can see right here, right there, I like making bumblebees because my Juju, I call it Juju Bee. And so I'm gonna make, I don't know if I'm gonna make it as a mobile or if I'm just gonna make some bees. I don't know. I have the equipment, I have everything I need to. That wind chime's getting on my nerves now. I'm speaking faster because I'm trying to talk over the dang thing. I should have closed the window. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Video's done. So this is the hashtag Crochet Calendar Fun that I got invited to from Dina. That's also being hosted by, bless you, Pamela's Adoring Crochet Ella from No Catchy Name is in it. Debbie from the Canadian Crocheter. And you know, there's been several times I've said Debbie the Canadian Crocheter and I get corrected. That is actually how she says it. That's her channel name. It's the Crocheter. Don't correct me. Alright, guys. Yeah. You can tell I've been talking a lot. I went through that whole bottle of water. I will see you in the next one. Thank you, Dina, and everybody else for joining in this crochet along, having a good time, making it fun for me, and actually inspiring me to want to do this, because I was having a hard time wanting to do anything. So I will talk to you later, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.